Hey, how's it going? Sunny here. So today is the release date of Judas Priest Unleashed in the East. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick lesson today on basically the song Green Manalishi. I'm sure there are other versions or lessons of this song, so hopefully uh, that you already know it, and this might be provide you a little more insight, or perhaps you will find my lessons more suitable to you to learn this. Today I want to use my SG, my new SG special with the P90 pickup. I'm going to plug this directly into my Boss Katana 50 watt amp, and I'm using the point 0.5 watt setting. And the master is about a quarter, about 3/4 of the way. Um, and I use about a little bit, about 65% of gain, a little bit of delay, a little bit of reverb. Lots of mid is about mid on the equalizer is about 65%, and my bass is almost at 90%, and my treble is down to about 50, something like that. And I also going to be plugged directly into the amp, and I'm using the amp speaker as my main sound. I'm not using any effects. All I'm using is a little bit delay, a little bit reverb on the Boss amp. Uh, and all the sounds picked up directly from my mic, which is a Logitech. So let's go. Let's get started. And the solo behind it on the second time you play goes like this. So that's a shorter version of the whole condensed the whole song. So it's all power chord. First thing you want to do, mostly power chords. You want to start from the E position at the seventh fret on the A, ninth fret on the D. Actually, before I talk through this, I'm gonna play it slower for some of you guys who don't want me to talk through the whole thing. So here's how it plays slowly. So there's this power chord. You go from the seventh position, E power chord, slide down to D, and then you play the E power chord again at the seventh position. Now, what I do, personally, I just go, I play the seventh power chord, E, and slide down to fifth fret, and I'll play real quick, pick it, and slap the seventh fret. And then once you hands back to the seventh fret position, you will put your pinky on the ninth fret on the G, and your middle finger on the eighth fret on the B string, and you play D9, G9, and B8 together 3 times. And you lift those fingers up, and your index finger is barring down 7th fret. You play 7th fret of D, G, and B together 3 times. So far with this. That's right. next part. This is a lot of slides. You play 7th fret with power chord twice, slide on the 5th fret. Play one more time on the 5th fret and slide down the 3rd fret. And play 3rd fret by itself one time. And then basically you play the 3rd fret power chord, it's a C power chord. And then while your pinky is still on the 5th position, on the 5th fret on the D string, you put the index finger on the 2nd fret on the A string, play that together. A2 and D5. And back to the C power chord in the 3rd position. And then you play the D power chord twice at the 5th position. And then while you end it on the open E power chord with the open E string, and then you stop and you kind of muting the palm muting the low E string and the low A string, and you put your index finger on the 2nd fret on A string. You kind of okay. Let's go back to the intro. That's a little solo part, goes like this. Slide down the 5th fret, slide back to 7th fret. Pick 9 on the A, and then 10 on the A string, and then back on the 7th fret on the D string. And then 10, 9, 7 on the A string. They play a 12th fret on the A string, hit on to the 14th fret, and then play 12th fret on the G, and ends on the 14th fret on the D string. The next part of the verse rhythm goes like this. So basically you play an E power chord, and there's a little tiny mute on the E string, and you play the G power chord at the 3rd position, a low E string. So you play a G power chord and the D power chord at the 5th position. Do it again, 3rd fret, 5th fret, and the 3rd fret on the power chord. And back to the open E string power chord, open E power chord. I like to always use my pinky when I do power chord. You can use your ring finger for your power chord, but over time I've learned that once you get used to using the pinky, it's actually less stress on your hand because you're not stretching out quick so far out. So I recommend that. Your ring finger is stronger than your pinky, yes. So it's easier to play that way in the beginning, but it's a good way to strengthen your pinky and also less stress on your hand once you get used to that. So. There's also another part on the high 14th fret. Which is 14th fret on the D string. One more time on the 14th fret on the D. And then 12th fret of G and B together. 14th fret G and B together. And then do it again. 12th fret of G and B together. And the 14th fret of the D string twice. And then at the end of the verse goes like this. That's open E string, and and then 5th fret and 4th fret on the D string, 2nd and 5th fret on the A, 2nd fret on the D, and then play the 3rd fret on the E string, kind of bend down a bit, open E string. If you play by yourself, you can go. And when you play the open E string there, you can play the D power chord, slide to E power chord. But you can also play. And just do the intro again, like on the 7th fret of the power chord. It's a little different right there. You play the G power chord at the 10th position. It basically is A10, D12. Kind of like a mute right there. And then E power chord, 7th fret of A, 9th fret on the D, and then D power chord, 5th fret of A and 7th fret of D. And the solo, I'm not going to show you how to play the solo. It's really a pentatonic feel to it. I'll show you what the scales that you use for it, and perhaps you can just figure it out on yourself. Basically, the solo starts on the low part of the neck, on the 2nd fret of G string. So you go from 2nd fret, bend up to 4th fret, and then you play, and it ends on the 2nd fret on the D string, and then it goes up and plays this pentatonic scale. A lot of riffs, a lot of the whole thing's almost right here. So it's a lot of 12th fret and 12th fret of B's and E string, and the 15th fret of B and E string, and 14th fret on the G string bend on. But I'm not going to get into it. You can figure it out. Try to play certain things you can do, and it goes in the B.B. King box. Stuff like that. He also, that's a certain part of the solo. He plays at the 7th position. He starts from the 5th fret of A string and bend up to 7th fret. I will use my ring finger and bend down from 5th fret to 7th fret. And then he just played this position right here. 7th and 9th position. Again, this is not the actual solo. I'm just kind of noodling around, but it's in that's in the position where the solo is. So you can try to figure that out. Now, at the end of the song, he ends at this part right here like this. Open E string, 5th and 4th fret on the D, 2nd and 5th fret on the A string, 2nd fret on the D, and then back to A strings, 2, 5, 3, 2. Open E, 2nd and 3rd fret on low E string, 2nd fret on the A, 5, 4, 2 on the D. Well, let's conclude this lesson on the entire song of Green Manalishi, and I hope you like my new guitar with the P90 pickup. It sounds incredible. Until next time, thank you for watching.